everyone. My name is Irene from the Philippines.
My name is Mi from Japan.
My name is Reika from Japan.
And today, we want to have a yummy, cute, and lovely conversation with you. But first, I have a question. Have you ever eaten Filipino bananas?
Yes.
Yeah, of course, me too. And in our country, Filipino bananas only sell for $5. How about here in Japan? How much?
$50.
$50! That's very expensive. And big differences but when it comes to prices are not so good. In the Philippines, the Filipino farmers are not getting high wages. There are big companies who buy products from the Filipino farmers and they sell it internationally for a very expensive price. Well, yes, these big companies can contribute to the economy. But how about the farmers? We have to think of them as well. That is why we want to tell you about SDG number 8. This is work and economic growth. This is a video of a factory in the Philippines for bananas. That is what they do before they sell and distribute their products. Another one is the process of harvesting bananas in the Philippines. But in my country, people don't really want to become a farmer. Do you know why? Number one, farmers are always tired. Number two, their wages are very low. They only get little amount of money even though they're working hard. Yes, cheap is good. But fair salary is also important for all the workers in the world. Anyways, let's move on. Do you have an item from Uniqlo?
Yes, of course.
How about you? And you? Oh, of course me too. It's because
We love Uniqlo, the biggest brand in Japan. But how ethical and sustainable is it? Clothing stores' manufacturing process can have a significant impact on the environment, including chemical pollution, water usage, and more. Producing inexpensive or cheap clothes can contribute to overconsumption and waste in the fashion industry. In the case of some, they are criticized for enhancing labor to produce their products at very cheap wages. How much are your clothes?
around 2,000 yen.
Almost all the clothing stores, or maybe not all, they sell their clothes for almost 2,000 yen. But they only pay less than 50 yen to their workers.
Recently, the minimum wage was set. I get 1,000 yen for hour of my part-time job.
And fair salary is not just for farmers, but for all the workers in the world.
But here's some good news. Many clothing countries implement their policy in July 2023.
Nowadays, most clothing lines are opposing forced labor and human trafficking. Remember that poor working conditions and low wages are examples of poor labor practices. That is why we also want to introduce to you SDG number 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, because it's not just for the productions. As consumers, as buyers, we have to be responsible too.
For our action plan, we came up with the idea of putting SDG supported tags like this.
And if companies put tags like this, then people will know that, oh, this company supports SDGs. That would be great. And if people don't know about SDGs, then they can look it up and search, and then finally we'll get more information and awareness on what's happening around the world.
We also came up with an idea of giving away our old clothes to Ukrainians by putting donation boxes in our university, which is Nihon Fukushi University, so that clothes will not go to waste.
And that concludes our presentation today. Always remember what Uncle Ben said to Spider-Man.
With great power comes great responsibility. So be responsible, okay?
Now the floor is open for any questions.